Do I look fat?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Do I Look Fat podcast. It's your girl, Stephy Kiss. This week, I have the host of the Spit podcast, Swaz. How are you today?
I'm good. You guys have to talk to Steph outside of this. Now, right now, she has on her podcasting voice, so you guys got to have a private conversation with her.
Listen, okay, my regular voice ends up coming out. It's just like the first little introduction. I have to have my little clear, concise podcasting voice. So you know what the fuck you're tuning into. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Swaz is the host of the Spit podcast. Tell us a little bit about that.
I would say the Spit podcast it can be a little raunchy. Definitely based around relationships and sex positivity and just, learning the things, trying to make the world, a little more knowledgeable about the things that are going on. But,
That's always a good
we can
thing.
talk about anything.
I mean, relationships and sex run the world, right? Like everything is intertwined with that. Like there's some type of relationship with anything you do, point blank, period. So
Yes.
it's a great subject to have for a podcast for sure. So this is the first time me and Swaz have actually spoken. Like, we'll hit the DM here and there on Instagram, but actually like speaking to each other, this is the first time. And I'm excited, but I did want to do a little icebreaker just so we can get a little bit more comfortable
Yeah,
with
guys,
one another.
Steph doesn't give out her number. She only talks through DMs.
That is a fact.
She could have just texted me, but she'd rather talk to me through DMs.
All right. Don't put it all out there, okay? Don't put it all out there. I'm taking a dating / entertaining / just dealing with guys sabbatical for right now. So, we could talk through DM. That's cool. That's not even a problem. Like, I'm a fun person. I'm nice. We can have conversations. But once you get my cell phone number, then it's like real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not ready.
So I'm not ready. It's not real in the DMs. It's only, that's her play area, guys.
In my head, it's not real in the DM. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the icebreaker is a set of would you rather questions. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 scenarios, and then you're going to tell me which scenario you would rather and why.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So the first one is, would you rather be completely insane and know you are insane, or be completely insane but believe that you are sane?
I want to be completely insane and not know that I'm insane.
Why?
Because then you can create your own little world, I guess.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, if you know you're insane, then everybody thinks well, maybe you can be normal if everybody thinks you're insane, and they won't even judge you for the things that you do. So maybe I'll be insane and know I'm insane. Cool, sure.
I feel like if you're insane and you know you're insane, that's extra dangerous because you can walk around the street and act completely normal, but in your head, like, it's like, what was that Christian Bale movie? Where he kills everybody. American
Psycho.
Oh my God. American Psycho. Yes. He knew he was insane. Like well, no, maybe he didn't know he was insane. That's a good question. But he was walking around these streets acting completely normal.
Maybe that was part of Inception. I don't know. That's how long Inception has been going on and nobody knows it.
Oh my goodness, Inception. That was a good movie, but...
Do you believe the theory that Inception is just a continuation of the Titanic?
Wait, what? Okay, I think I kind of heard about this, that it's like... I don't even know. All I know is that it has to do with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, he's in both. Isn't he in both movies? And then the dreidel spins or the top spins and his water. He go into the water or come out of the water in Inception. So In Titanic, he's in the water, he sinks to the bottom, and then he walks out of the water in Inception.
I've never actually heard that, but that's interesting. I would love to hear like the conspiracy theories or like the alternate universes or whatever of like movies and shows and stuff like that, because I think that's just so cool how people can think of things and like tie things together. I think that's hilarious.
I don't even know if that's true. I think I fell asleep during Inception, so I don't even know that movie. I just
not fell asleep. Inception was a good movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
I'm not gonna hold you. I think I've only seen Inception like maybe 1 or 2 times. Like once you see it, it's just like, okay, yeah, that was cool. Was it a dream? Was it not? And then that's it. Like that's pretty much it for me.
Have you seen the cartoon conspiracy theories?
No. For what cartoons? Just
like all of them?
There's a bunch of them. So like what is it? What's the cartoon with Tommy Pickles? Rugrats.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how the father is something about the twins, they're not really alive. The mother, the kids died when the mother was giving birth. So the father doesn't know what the baby would have been, so he creates twins in his head.
I think I saw this.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of those. I'm going to send you that because I've watched that a couple of times. I'm going to send you that when we're not recording. But go ahead. Next question.
We went into a whole nother tangent, but that's okay. Okay, so the next question is, would you rather have unlimited international first class tickets or never have to pay for food at restaurants again?
Never have to pay for food at restaurants again.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have to fly first
go
class.
Everywhere.
That's cool. I don't have to fly first class though.
But it's free.
So is food. You know how...
I mean, I guess economically, like, you would never have to pay for food again. Like, I get all of that. But...
how often are you going to travel?
know.
Let's say you travel 3 times a year, but you eat every day. Every day,
who wants to eat restaurant food every day? Sometimes I just want to make a sandwich, you know?
No.
But imagine having a chef make you a sandwich.
I would have to leave my house and whatever.
But I want to travel
I get
too,
it.
so either or. But I guess if you're going out on
in the time of COVID,
well then neither one work because you can't fly or
that's what I'm saying. But at least you could order Uber Eats in the time of COVID,
from the
right?
restaurants.
So I guess that kind of works. But if you're on a date now, you don't have to pay for your food, but you're still going to have to pay for your date's food.
Nah, that's not, you didn't put that in the question. You said I get to eat. So yes, I did order these 2 or 3 meals for myself. Thank you. I just decided to share with her. Please don't judge me.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you'll take the restaurants. I'm going to take the flights just because I'm trying to go all over the world and I don't want to pay $2,000 for a first class flight because I'm not going to hold you. International flights, I would want to fly first class. Like if I had a choice, I'm flying first class because I flew to France one time nonstop and that was like a 10-hour flight and I was dead. Like my back hurt, like my legs hurt. Like I was just, I can't do
Do
this
they
shit
still
no more.
have the small chairs when you're flying international like that?
First of all,
it's a regular plane. Well, it's a little bit bigger because it's wider. So it's like 2 seats by the window and then like 5 seats in the middle.
Oh.
And I was literally in the middle, in an aisle seat in the middle row. And it was just so fucking uncomfortable. And I'm short.
I was going
So I
to
can only
say,
imagine
you're not
people who are
tall. How tall are you? Like 5'2".
All right.
I'm gonna need you to relax.
And I'm going to need for everybody to stop coming for my height. Okay. I am a respectable 5'2", and that's not that short.
Oh,
Okay.
so stop coming for your height like I made you shorter than you really are.
It's the way you said it and the tone about, oh, you're mad short. Listen, if you didn't listen to my last episode, because I had a whole conversation about this, about how I was the tallest person in my family.
Are you really the
So-
tallest person in your family? That's ridiculous.
Wow, all of that? Tell them how you really feel.
Your dad is 5'1"?
When it comes to my family, I'm talking about me, my mom, and my sister, because I didn't have my dad in the household. So in my household, I was the tallest person. My mom is 4'11" and my sister is 5 foot even.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm 5'2" and I am the tallest person. And I was the person they called to reach the fucking things on the top shelf and to reach and to put things back. It was me.
So they
okay?
got you and a ladder to get stuff off the top shelf. Okay, cool.
I
get
feel
it.
I feel like I have perfected the stretching of my arm and the use of my tippy toes so much that I don't even need a ladder to get to the top shelf. As long as it's like close to the edge, I can grab it. Now, if it's towards the back, like, I mean, there's only but so far.
So you're just gonna flick it until it falls down and you're gonna catch it.
You know what? Whatever works for me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Don't come for me.
I'm
with
not
the
coming
flicking
for
and
you.
it's gonna fall.
You gotta flick it back.
You're absolutely right. Sometimes I'll use tongs. I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh wow. Tongs.
Listen, you don't live my struggle, so you just don't get it, okay? Next question is, would you rather live on a beach or in a cabin in the woods?
I'll take the beach.
I love the beach.
Yeah, I'll
Point
take the
blank
beach.
period.
Bears live in the woods. I'm good.
Right? And it's cold. I feel like, are there any woods that aren't cold?
Like,
I mean, well, they can be hot during the day, but I guess they cool down at night.
I just don't want it. There's less bugs on the beach, I feel like. And unless there's like a tsunami, I'm good.
What kind of beach we talking? We going to Brooklyn to the beach? We going to Coney? Or
I ain't going to Coney.
we going to
What?
Chocha Beach? For all of the people who don't live in New
First
York?
of all, okay, let me tell you something, okay? I spent all of my summer of 2020 at Orchard Beach. I'm not degrading it and calling it Chocha Beach.
Yo, it's Chocha
Okay,
Beach.
It's had a little come up. No, it's had a little come up. It doesn't stink as much as it stank a couple of years ago. I'm not going to hold you.
Is that why
and-
they called it Chocha Beach? I thought they called it Chocha
Yeah.
Beach because you can see all the chochas on the beach if the day is right. I didn't know they called it
There
Chocha
is
Beach
a-
because it smelled like chocha.
No, it used to smell. It used to smell really bad back in the days. Like, I mean, it's in the Bronx, and I think it's a man-made beach too, so it doesn't like filter out all the trash and shit like naturally or whatever. I don't know, but it used to smell back in the days. There is a section of the beach where you can go nude, so I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with it too.
There's
But
a new
I've
beach
never
in
been
New
to that.
York as well. I didn't know that.
And I know there's one in Jersey. Is there a completely nude one in New York?
Oh, maybe it was Jersey. I don't know.
I mean, New York and New Jersey, they're right next to each other. Like, they...
But
You get
learn-
confused all the
You
time.
learn something new every day. Chocha Beach was called Chocha Beach because it smelled like chocha. Word.
We're not calling it that anymore. It's called Orchard, okay? And it's damn near Little Puerto Rico, if we're going to be 100% honest. So, all right. The next question is, would you rather be completely invisible for one day or be able to fly for one day?
I'm going to go invisible.
Why?
I want to hear the shit that people talk when you're not around.
Oh, so you just here for all the tea, is what you're telling me.
Well, tea, information, it don't got to be tea. Like, it could be a job. It could be anything. Like, yo, this
Yeah.
is about to be a really big crime. I need to move away from here.
Not this is about to be a really big crime.
It's about to go down. So I need to be on the other side of this.
So we have two more questions. Would you rather never run out of battery power for whatever phone or tablet you're on, or always have free Wi-Fi wherever you go?
Let's go with the free Wi-Fi. I carry a charger everywhere I go anyway.
But what if there's no outlet?
That's why you got a portable charger.
Them shits don't fucking work. Have you ever tried to use them shits?
They do.
I had one.
You gotta
And I feel
charge
like
it
it
right.
works.
The first time, and then it never works again. And then it's just like, okay, what's going on? What was the point of me buying you?
But how many places you gonna go that there's no outlets ever?
If I live in the beach, there's no outlet on the beach.
That just means I need an extra long cord. You can run an extension cord.
The orange extension cord.
You can run that extension cord right back into the resort or wherever it's at.
I'm going to go with the battery. And let me tell you why. Because my son, he's addicted to his phone. And when his phone dies and there's nothing left, like, it's World War III.
Take a nap.
Uh-huh. I'm going to drop him off to your crib. You ain't that far.
How old is he?
He's 11. Okay.
Oh, fam, it's time to color, turn the TV on or something. You gotta listen to some music or something.
Bro, it's really not the same, but I'd be stressed. So I want the never ending, the never dying battery for your phone, because it just dies at like the most inconvenient times anyway. Like, as soon as you need it, there goes that 10% fucking sign and you're nowhere near a fucking charger, and it's just
drives me crazy.
I don't remember the last time my phone has ever died.
Wow. Okay, flex. My phone dies all the time, but
oh, you still got that iPhone 7? If you got that iPhone 7,
excuse me,
I have the 12. Thank you very much. Okay, don't come for me. You're not gonna come on my show. This is the third time you've come for me, sir.
I haven't
third
come
time.
for you. Just wait. When you come and do my show, then you know.
Oh, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready. Okay,
because I'm gonna get all in your business. But this is your show, so we gonna do this one your way.
All right. Okay, so this is the last one. Would you rather travel the world for a year, all expenses paid, or have $40,000 to spend on whatever you want?
Nah, man, I'm taking that trip. We gonna go everywhere.
For a year?
All expenses
paid. So that means that all of my bills are paid. Like, everything is taken care of.
I'm taking that trip. Yeah, we out of here. When the last time you been home? Home is everywhere I've been all over the world this year.
Hello.
$1,000? I mean, you could start a business with $40,000 and then you could be able to go on trips all the time. But I'll take this trip for this 1 year. You never know what you could learn in that 1 year. So I'm taking that trip.
Yeah. I mean, experiences at the end of the day are always more valuable than money, right? Like, money can make a lot of things happen. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sure I can use $40,000 for a lot of fucking shit.
Money can pay for the experiences that you need to experience.
True. Okay, so now that we've gotten a little bit more comfortable speaking with one another, I am going to get into our first segment. So that is called Eat Your Heart Out, right? And this is a segment where we provide our listeners with like tips and tricks. Sometimes it's health related. Sometimes it's nutritional, but every week is something new. So this week, and we had this little conversation before we went live, but you make it known on your podcast that everything is coming straight from the head, right? You don't have an agenda. You don't write things down at all, which I found ridiculously interesting, because when I tell you I write everything down, I have 1,001 notebooks, okay? Like, on my desk, on my person at all fucking times. It's kind of ridiculous and I have a problem. But I wanted to talk about journaling and how it can help you and what your thoughts are on journaling, because you don't do it for your podcast.
Yeah, I don't journal. I just jot little things down on my phone in the notes. I don't write. I don't do like full details. Just boom, you know what? Title or something that I heard or a question. Boom, I'm gonna write that down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Like, I'll go back to him and be like, damn, I don't even know where this one was going. But journaling can help, man. It gets all your ideas. You can flesh out your ideas. It can help you plan whatever you're getting into next. It can help you be sane. Some people, things get all cluttered in their head. They can't concentrate. But if they write things down and make notes and all of that, it can help that way. I've never been one to journal. I try to work on my memory. I don't even write appointments down. Yeah. I think I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Cool. I'll remember it.
Oh, so you're one of those that you need like a reminder call. Do you get mad if you don't get a reminder call?
Yeah. Why you didn't remind me that I was supposed to come here? Like, this is what.
As a person who worked in the medical field for 15 years, I'm going to tell you right now, fuck your reminder call, okay? You're an adult.
Why you want to act like that?
Because you're an adult and you should know when your appointment is. My job was to make the appointment for you, not to hold your hand and remind you when the appointment was.
You don't have to hold my hand. You just got to send me a text message or give me a call.
Oh, so it's my responsibility.
And if I don't know the number, I'm not answering. So now you got to leave a
There you
message.
go.
I'm not doing all of that. And I swear I only worked for doctors who didn't do reminder calls. And the gratification it gave me when people would call and be like, you didn't remind me. I missed my appointment. You didn't remind me. Well, next time, write it down. And I can reschedule your appointment now, but, just bear in mind that that we will not call you to remind you that you have an appointment.
I'm saying, why wouldn't you call? That's so simple. Hook a brother up.
Simple is not calling 50, 60 people the day before to let them know that they have an appointment. Wait for the phone to ring 4 to 6 times because they don't pick up calls that they don't know, and then have to leave a 30-second message. That shit takes a long time.
It don't
And
gotta
I'm
be
not with
30
the shit.
seconds. How you doing, Swaz? Listen, there's an appointment tomorrow at 11 a.m. See you there.
Who are you?
Yo, I'm from the doctor's office. This is Steph Kiss. See?
It's fucking annoying.
That played in to our meeting tonight. You did email, but I hit the DM like, yo, we still doing the show. Yeah, I sent you the link. Yo, you could have hit me in the DM like, yo, we still on it. We still linking up tonight.
I told you I was going to send you an email, did I not?
You did, but you could have hit the DM like, yo, you ready?
Like a follow-up DM? Well, I appreciate you. Honestly, if 10 o'clock would have came and you wouldn't have hit me, then I would have DM'd you like, hey, so did you check your email? Like, I'm not a pushy kind of person because
that tells me if
feel
you
like-
really want to do it or not. Because if you really want to do it, you'd be like, yo, I thought we was going to do that. Oh, yeah. I'm lining that up right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because if I feel like I'm pushing on you too much, like me and you never really spoke in real life. So it's like, if I feel like I'm doing the most, then I'm just like, he really don't want to do it. I don't like forcing people to do shit they don't really want to do. Like, it might not come out the way I want it to go because I'm forcing it too much. So I like to give a little bit of freedom when it comes to my guests because I want you to feel comfortable. But, you hit me in the DM. I hit you right away. It was like
2 seconds. Like,
I'm just finishing some stuff up. Don't worry.
You already know. Okay, so when it comes to journaling, it can help with so many things. I mean, we're talking about your emotional well-being, mental and emotional clarification. Sometimes you don't realize how deeply you're affected or how you feel about something until you actually write it down, right? We have stress reduction, problem solving. It can help you set your goals, make decisions, organizing your thoughts, organizing and focusing on your desires, keeping track of your tasks and obligations, documenting and interpreting your dreams, which is big for me.
Oh, I forgot. You are... I'm not going to come for you. Go ahead.
No, I am what? No, I need to hear this because as I've mentioned multiple times, this is the first time me and Swaz are actually speaking, but we have been following each other on Instagram for a very long time. So I want to know what you think.
Nah, I just
Of
got
me.
this. I just got this from listening to a couple of past episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You're the horoscope girl.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here real quick and remind you that I am a needy ass Cancer and my love language is in words of affirmation. So I need to hear from you, okay? And I'm going to let you know how you can do that. First off, you can go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review, okay? Let me know how I'm doing or anything you would like to hear in the future on the show. Secondly, rate me 5 stars because I'm popping, you're popping, we could be popping together. What the fuck? Thirdly, screenshot this episode, okay, and tag me on Instagram _Stephy Kiss, STEPHYKISS, or Do I Look Fat Pod, exactly how it sounds. As always, everything will be linked down in the description. I really enjoy connecting with you guys, and I absolutely love the feedback. So hit me up, but I won't keep you much longer. Let's get back to the episode.
You're like, oh, I'm in my Capricorn rising. My moon is in Sagittarius. I don't know what any of that means. Sure. I don't even tell women my right sign.
Why? You don't want to be judged?
No, because I know that they don't really know. They don't really know what that shit mean.
I do.
Nah.
I don't know what you talking about. Don't make me try and get your sun, moon, and rising right now, sir.
Because I'll be like, oh, I'm a Sagittarius. They'd be like, I knew that. I could tell from your energy that you're a Sagittarius. I could tell your traits. I know by that. I'm not a Sagittarius.
But here's the thing. No, here's the thing. It's not, and I'm going to say this time and time again, it's not just your sun sign. So you might not be a Sagittarius sun, but you can have a Sagittarius Mercury, and that's what she's feeding. Like, she's feeling that Sagittarius energy. Your birth chart is, you have a sign for each planet, and each planet rules something different within your personality. It's wild.
I'm going to tell you mine. I'm a Cancer. June
Hey,
23rd.
Cancer gang. I'm a Cancer too.
Oh,
June
really?
20. Okay.
See, that's why we get along.
No, sir.
Oh, you don't like Cancers? Cancer men are so cancerous.
To be honest, me and Cancer men, we just don't mesh. I feel like a Cancer is a water sign, right? So we carry a lot of emotion within us, right? Point blank period. It is what it is. However you display it, that's on you personally and based on your other astrological placements. But for the most part, Cancers are very deep and they're very sensitive. I'm sensitive, but I want to be the only sensitive person in the relationship.
Okay.
I mean, that might be my toxic trait. I don't know. But I feel like I've actually dated 2 Cancers. One, his birthday was June 24th, the day after you, and another one was July 7th or some shit like that. And when I tell you, we had the worst arguments when it came to like emotionally hurting each other, because it was like jabs here, jabs there, like I'm sensitive, he's sensitive.
I
like
just had
it
to
was
learn
just
how to
bad.
argue. Y'all don't know how to argue.
I just can't do it.
This is
With
when
the
you were
Cancer
young,
man.
wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, this is somebody
It was
who
in my
jumped.
30s.
This
for
is
both of
somebody
them.
who jumped out of the DMs. Ha! They came right up out the friend zone.
Did they jump out of the? No, they didn't jump out of the DMs. They did not jump out of the DMs.
Emotional people don't know how to argue.
Okay. Let's get into that. What do you mean emotional people don't know how to argue?
Because they let things that are said stick in their craw. So their defense mechanism is to get under your skin. That's not how you argue. We're going to stick to the topic. We're not taking shots at each other. We're going to give facts. That's how you argue. You can't take low blows at each other. If you take low blows, the argument is already fucked because one of us is going to have to top the other one.
And I feel like that's what they would always do. And that's not me. Like, I first of all, I don't like to argue, point blank period. Like, it's not for me. Arguing, I don't like it. I get mad and then I start to cry. And then I cry not because I'm sad or I'm mad, but just because I'm frustrated. And then you're looking at me because I'm crying. And I think you think I'm a little bitch, but I'm not really a little bitch. And I get more mad, which means I'm going to cry some more. It's just a lot.
You can't
It's
cry
a
during
lot.
arguments. That's cheating.
I can't help it.
If you cry during an argument, that's cheating.
And that's another thing. I also feel like people think like because I'm crying during an argument, I'm either looking for like sympathy or like I'm just trying to like ease my way out of the argument. No, it's literally like, and I've said this before, the way my emotions manifest is literally through tears. I'm happy, I cry. I'm sad, I cry. I'm scared, I cry. I'm frustrated, I cry. Like, that's just me.
But in an argument,
But my tears cannot differentiate.
if you're arguing with a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you start to cry, there's only 2 reactions he can have. He can either stop the argument and console you, because if he doesn't console you, then he's mean or he's evil.
Don't console me.
Right. So don't console you. If we continue arguing, I still look bad because now I'm berating somebody who's upset and crying. I can't win. We can't win that argument.
No, but that's the thing. Like, no, don't console me because we're having a conversation, and even though there's tears coming down my eyes, I want to finish this conversation. One.
If you start to cry, we need to take a break so that you can calm your nerves.
That just makes me feel worse.
Nah, just 5 minutes. Go to the bathroom, or I'm gonna go to the bathroom and pretend like I gotta pee. You can have some water or whatever, and we could come back once the tears stop flowing, so that way we can get back to an even plane.
That sounds great in theory, and probably for 98% of women out there, that'll probably work. But for me, that's not going to work because I'm just going to think that you think that I'm too sensitive to have this conversation and that you need a break because I'm crying and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to follow you to the bathroom.
You're just a little flustered. It's okay.
We all get flustered sometimes.
I'm not trying to be condescending. You're flustered. I'm angry.
This is my emotional Cancer side showing itself. You see, I can't do it.
So this is how you're gonna react because I'm a Cancer. You're a Cancer. See?
It is what it is. I'm sorry. Like, I can't help it. I really cannot.
But I'm not a Cancer. So how does that work now? See, I'm not.
No, but here's the thing. I didn't say anything specifically about you. You told me you were a Cancer, so I wrote off of that.
Right.
I didn't say, oh, I could see it. I didn't say none of that because I don't go based off your sun sign. Point blank, period. I just don't. Listen, sun, moon, rising, your Mercury, your Venus are very important. Like, all of that is very important. I'm telling you. It's a science. But
let's get back
to the topics.
Back to the topic.
We got caught on the dream journaling and we totally forgot what we were speaking about. So journaling can just help your life, right? Like I said, I write everything down when it comes to, I have 1,000 notebooks. I have 1,000 planners. I've also been utilizing the note section in my phone, which I'm very proud of myself because it does make it a little bit easier. However, like how you said, sometimes I'll look back at my notes and I'm like, where was my thought process going with this? It's like, oh, talk to such and such about whatever. And I'm just like, but what did they say about whatever that made me want to talk to them? Because I don't really remember. And it's terrible. I have to write everything down because my memory is trash.
Yeah. I got a pretty good memory, so I just need something to jog it.
To jog your memory?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you need a little journal. A little pocket journal. A little one that just you can write little notes.
Yo, I used to have one when I wrote raps. When I wrote raps in high school, I used to keep one.
Was it like in a composition book?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody had a composition book full of like raps
that I could keep in my pocket.
I feel like I need to write shit down to remember because if I type it, I don't remember shit. I'll be looking at my notes and be like, when the fuck did I write this? I have no idea.
See, but if you write it on your notes on your phone, it got the date.
Yeah, it has the date, but it's just like, what was I thinking that day? Like,
that just means you need to take a little more time to flesh it out when you're typing it. You type math.
I need to write it down. That's the problem. I need to write it down. I need to see it. It's like, it's going to come to fruition because when my pen hits that paper, it's like, listen, they don't call it spelling for no reason, okay? You are literally here manifesting as you're writing. Don't look at me like that.
You said spelling, I'm like, bruja.
Okay, what's wrong with being a bruja?
See, now my next question is going to make me sound either ignorant or... Is that a Spanish witch?
It literally means witch in Spanish.
Okay.
That's what that means.
All right. Sure.
Listen.
What's your nationality? No, your ethnicity is what I should have said.
I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. My mom is Dominican. My dad is Puerto Rican. So I'm sure there is some bruja-ness in my bloodline. You know, and I just tap into it from time to time. That's it.
Spanish women treat black men like kings.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was playing. That was on the show. You did a whole topic on that. I wanted to show you that I was listening.
I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. What do you think about that? Like, have you ever heard that before? Or is that something like you've heard it before? That's like a thing?
I don't want to say it's true.
Don't say it's true. You don't want to get canceled out here.
I don't want to get canceled, but the way that Spanish women are raised is different. They're very nurturing. I'm not saying that they treat all men like kings. I'm not saying it has to be a black man. It could be any man, but they're very nurturing. The way they serve you when you, like, I've dated.
You mean they're very submissive?
No, not submissive. Nurturing. Because I've dated some really strong Spanish women. And I don't mean like they lift weights. Like their personality is strong. They're headstrong. They can take control in the relationship. So it's just that they're nurturing. Like, they want to make sure that you're okay. They want to make sure, when you walk in the house, bendición, it's just the way that they were raised. That's all.
But I think that's with any ethnicity, right? Because, I mean, I'm going to put you 100%. I've never said bendición ever in my life.
I only learned it because I dated Spanish girls.
I wasn't raised that way. So that's where the issue lies when it comes to like these generalizations, right? Because you're saying like, Hispanic women, they like to make sure that their man is fed. They like to cook. They keep a clean house. They just check on them all day long. You come into the house and it's bendición this and da-da-da-da. And it's just like, I wasn't raised like that. I mean, yeah, my mom cooked every day, but that's just because my dad didn't know how to cook when he lived there. But when he wasn't there, she had no choice. She was the mom. She had to cook every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I lived with my son's father, yeah, I cooked, but we split responsibilities. And he's Dominican, and he didn't expect all of those quote unquote stereotypical Hispanic household things from me.
Right.
And
we're not
I was
saying that
very
it's
much happy
all
about that.
Spanish women, but there are some. All black people don't eat fried chicken, but you say, black people like fried chicken. We know every black person doesn't eat fried chicken. There are some black vegans and vegetarians.
Right.
So it's not that people are trying to, how do you say, group all Spanish women in together, but there is a large number in that community that grew up that way. So that's why they might say that.
And it also makes me feel like you only want to date Hispanic women because of this quote unquote feature or this quote unquote quality. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, are you just dating Spanish women because you want to see if they have this quality? And if they do, then that's why you'll want to stay with them? Or is it just something like, if anybody had that attribute, would you be down with it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if that's making sense.
No, it makes sense. But you can still have a preference to Spanish women regardless of if they do that or not.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to take away from anybody's preference. Preference is preference. That's what everybody is, able to have their own preference. However, my problem with preference, and I think I've said this before, is when you try to say your preference is better than other things, then that's the problem.
See how we walk through that?
Well, I'm not going to come for you. You be coming for me, but I'm not going to come for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give a couple of tips for journaling before we get into our next segment. So I just want to tell you that, finding a notebook that you like, a notebook that works for you, because there are definitely different types, whether it's a blank notebook, one that has like planning, one that's bigger, one that's smaller, a good pen.
Multiple pens, different colors, highlighters.
markers. You don't even want to see what I have over there in the corner, okay? I have a whole fucking like school like pen box. This is for all my pens and my markers and my pencils. Like I have so many different, because depending on what I'm writing, how intricate I'm writing, how pretty I want it to look on the paper, how smooth the pen writes, it's going to determine how long I'm going to actually be journaling for, or how long I'm going to be writing things down. I'm going to want it to look nice. I'm going to want it to feel smooth as I trace my pen across that paper. I'm going to want it to not look messy. Like all of that factors in for me. So getting a good pen is a great tip.
Do you write in cursive all the time?
I switch. My handwriting is very bubbly.
All the Spanish girls in high school wrote like that.
Here we go with the other generalization. Okay, I used to practice my fucking penmanship when I was younger. Okay, I literally spent like all of sixth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, writing my F's in a specific way every day that was different from everybody else in cursive, and I still do it to this day. And people are like, that looks weird. And I'm like, I spent 365 days perfecting that F. You know it's an F. Don't come for me. Okay? And there's no F in my name.
You're going to get me canceled because you keep throwing these alley-oops.
What now?
Like I said, all the Spanish girls in high school wrote like that. With the bubble, like the bubble.
I took penmanship, though. So it was big for me. Like, I don't know about you, but when I was in school, like I got a grade for penmanship. All right, so there's last two tips. So invest in the journal. Find the right pen. Make sure you invest time to actually get the journaling done, because it's not something that takes 2 seconds. You need to flesh out your thoughts. You need to be cohesive with it. You have to really understand what it is that you're writing down so that you can look back and it makes sense to you. Hence why we don't know what the fuck is going on half the time in our notes.
If you want to become good at journaling, go back and watch Moesha. The way she ends every show with a soliloquy.
But that's like a diary. That's like a diary, right?
You can write your thoughts.
I mean, she can always look back and remember what happened each and every day. And that's a good thing because, like I said, my memory is trash. And the last tip is to ditch perfection. So like, yeah, you want your shit to look nice. You want it to make sense, but just do it because nothing is going to be perfect. You're not going to know your right outline. You're not going to know how things are going to look to you until you actually keep on trying. And once you make it a habit to write in your journal.
So you got a practice journal where you kind of write stuff down. And then once you thought it out, you go to the other journal and write it exactly how you want it to look.
I'm not even going to hold you. Me, Steffi, I would definitely do that, but I'm not recommending it because people could get carpal tunnel and I have hand problems. So I get that it can be difficult.
Or I could hold the button on my phone and talk into my phone and it'll write the words out for me sometimes.
So I don't like talk to text.
It doesn't.
I hate it.
It doesn't dictate everything exactly how you say it. So
it'll be putting in words that I did not say. And then I look back and it doesn't make any sense. And I have no idea what the hell I was trying to talk about. So let's get into our second segment, which is Heart on My Sleeve. And this is where we dive a little bit deeper and talk about real life struggles that we are facing at the moment and how we manage them. So for today's episode, I wanted to talk about insecurities and how they shape our lives. And when we acknowledge them, what we can do about them. Right? So the shit with insecurities is that they are legit fueled by the opinions of others, right? I could be wrong, but I don't think anyone has an insecurity that they didn't directly relate to the opinion of somebody else.
Okay.
Right? So you're insecure about something. Let's say I'm insecure about my teeth. I'm going to be, when I smile, I'm going to cover my face. When I laugh, I'm going to do this.
Is that a real insecurity for you?
It was. I'm getting better now. But yeah, it was. Because a lot of the time, like when I laugh, I'll like cover my mouth. And I hate that I do it because I don't think now looking at like my mouth or whatever, I don't think I have a bad set of teeth. Like they're perfectly fine in my opinion. But I don't know. I didn't like them and I would always cover my mouth. But it's because I would think other people would look at my mouth and think it was gross.
Do you have any current insecurities?
Do I? This is my show, first of all.
I'm just trying to help you flesh out your ideas.
Oh, you know what? I appreciate you. And this is when we have another podcaster on the program.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. What am I insecure about? My biggest insecurity right now would be my awkwardness. So I think I'm very awkward. I think I'm very socially awkward. So I don't know if you know this, but my son, he has autism, right? So I look at him, and when you have autism, you don't know social, cues and things like that, right? So like I look at him and I'm like, some of this shit he does, I be doing. Like I have a problem. I can't look people in the eye for a very long time. It makes me very uncomfortable. Not the staring at the phone. It makes me very uncomfortable to look at people in the eye. And some people can take that as me lying or me, being disingenuous and all of that. But it literally, I don't know what it does to me, but it makes me uncomfortable. And that's just like my social awkwardness. Sometimes I feel like I talk too much, or I make jokes that people don't understand, or like sometimes my laugh is just a little bit extra. Like all of this stuff I'm insecure about, but I am actively working to try to get past it, right? Like I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm the bomb and I'm the best or whatever, all of that shit. But I've definitely come to a place in my life where I don't give a fuck about what people think about me. And I think that's lowered my insecurities in a way, because it's just like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to like me regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it came from. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to put you on blast, because I feel like men are placed in a position where they don't feel that they're able to discuss their insecurities, or that they just feel free to do so. What would be one insecurity that you have that you are actively trying to work on, if you have any?
See, that was a setup question, y'all. She wanted. I don't have any insecurities. Nobody's perfect, Swaz. But insecurity. I don't know. People say I don't know if that's an insecurity. People say that I'm kind of cold.
Are you insecure about that though, or do you not care?
I don't know. My mother's like that, so I always
Sounds
say,
like you don't care.
Nah, I don't. Let me think of something else.
If you don't have one right now, let's say when you were growing up.
Oh, I was always the fat kid growing up. But then looking back at my pictures now to back then, I wasn't really fat.
That's a common thing. Same with me.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Look at people. I was like, damn, people call me fat. Look how slim my face was. Oh, you guys are some fucking haters. But yeah, so probably a lot of the world has body issues, and now there's a big body positivity kick going on. So I would probably say that I need to come down in size.
Okay.
That would probably be my biggest insecurity right now.
How are you actively trying to? Because there's one thing to, like, let's say, your insecurity is you feel overweight or whatever, you want to lose weight, cool. But what are you emotionally doing to get past that insecurity? Or what have you done in the past?
To get past it, I try to tell myself that I'm comfortable. I mean, I don't feel bad. So most of the time, I don't feel bad, but I try to encourage myself to get up in the morning and work out. It doesn't always work, but I try. Inconsistencies.
If you have a fitness journal, you can plan it all out.
Here we go, a fitness journal. I had to make sure I wake up to write in my fitness journal.
Right before bed. Set your alarm.
Once I get too tired of writing in my fitness journal, I go back to sleep and never got to the fitness.
Insecurities is difficult, right?
Very much so. Because it's like, you've had it for how long? It's something that you've lived with
for as long as you've had it, right? And it's so in the back of your psyche that you don't even realize half the time that you're insecure about whatever it may be until it's brought to your attention.
You do it subconsciously all the time.
Subconsciously all the time. And to be honest, I feel like I was always insecure about my weight, right? I've gotten better, which is why it wasn't high on my insecurity list, and my awkwardness is up there now. But when it came to like my weight and my body, I was very insecure for a very long time, but I didn't realize I was as insecure as I was until one of my toxic relationships actually pointed it out to me. And it was just like, okay, everything can't be based around my insecurities, sir. And he was so toxic for just always bringing up my insecurities. It made me look back and think like he was the most insecure person I ever met in my fucking life.
See?
The fact that he kept projecting his insecurities onto me and then making me feel like I got to do better with myself. Mind you, the whole time it's him just on some dumb shit. It gave me the clarity and the sight to know that I can't do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't let somebody else use my insecurities against me. So I have to get above them.
Yeah. What he was trying to say was stop being out there around them niggas. Brunch.
Listen. Was
he very jealous?
He was extremely jealous. He would get upset, like, if I would post on Instagram, which, if you heard Swaz in the beginning of the episode, my DMs, like, guys, it's not that serious in there. I'm not mean. I'll double tap. I'll say, hey, I'll laugh. All of that, little conversation. But anything aside from, like, anything above that, like, if I don't know you, I'm not really, like, having conversations in DM. So he would get mad if I would like double tap somebody saying that they liked my picture. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Do you get upset if guys like things on Instagram? Other females? Like their pictures?
I think that's stupid because isn't that the whole fucking point of the app? If you're not being disrespectful, then you could like whoever's fucking pictures you like. Because I'm going to like Michael B. Jordan's picture when he don't have a shirt on. So.
Oh, you just saw that picture of him smoking a cigar.
I did just see that picture.
Yeah.
Listen, I know they say he has like a small penis or whatever.
But
who said that? I
in my
never
opinion.
heard that.
I mean, maybe it's just like, it's just talk, in the streets or whatever. But.
Sure, but okay, sure.
Listen, I haven't told anybody about that ex and how he was crazy in a very long time. But just looking back, it's just wild to me how his insecurities, like he projected his insecurities on me. Have you ever been in a relationship where somebody else's insecurities just made it worse and you just couldn't do it?
And what was that like?
I had an ex who cheated, but then would try to keep me from being around other women because of the fact that she cheated.
So that was like her guilty conscience, kind of. Yeah, that's bullshit. And that's why, like, whenever somebody is overly insecure about things like that, yeah, like, you really have to, like, give them the side eye. Like, why are you feeling this way? If I never gave you a reason to feel this way, if I never gave you a reason to think that I'm gonna be out here, fucking and sucking, then there's no reason for you. Like, why are you this pressed? Like, okay, maybe somebody cheated on you in the past, but that's not me, first and foremost. Like, you left that relationship in the past, so let's not bring it in here.
Yes, but
And
everybody
secondly,
doesn't
like,
get to heal from their past relationships. They just jump
but
into
they
the next
should.
one. They should.
They should. Which is why I'm not dating, okay? Like, I needed a break. My last relationship was very toxic. And it was a very long time ago at this point. Like, I was taking a break and then COVID hit. And I'm just like, okay, well, God is telling me that I still need to be chilling and I need to focus on whatever it is I need to focus on. So I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. Let's get into our last subject because we've been rambling. We've been talking. Talking. Okay, so our last segment is called Are You Dead Ass? It is my favorite segment of the podcast.
Why?
Because I ask myself, are you dead ass every fucking day? Okay? Every day. I just need to know, are these people serious? Because a lot of this shit doesn't make any sense. Mine is very short. Do you have anything that you want to get off your chest?
I don't know. Maybe after I hear yours, it'll lead me down the path.
This is, like I said, this is very short. I just want to say, in 2021, if you provide a service with no storefront, then you have to set up a delivery. I'm strictly speaking to the providers of cannabis here, okay? If I hit you in the morning and I ask you what your delivery window is looking like, when you can deliver, and you give me a time and then you flake, you can go to hell. Like, point blank period, you can go to hell. Like, you didn't want my money. We set up a time. You were supposed to deliver something to me and you didn't, and I'm not with the shits. I waited all day. Okay, I probably rationed out the remainder of my stash so that I can chill until the next delivery, right? I had it all planned out. We all know I'm a planner, right? Like, I was like, okay, this, everything is laid out. Cool. You tell me that you're going to be here between 6 and 8. I don't get a text message from you. I don't hear from you until the next day. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I feel like a lot of these people need to do better.
You should have hit that reminder text. He might have.
I did. No. Oh, I hit the reminder text. I am good for reminder text, okay? Because I feel like I am a very considerate client. All right? If I know I'm running low, I'm going to hit you like, hey, are you around today? And mind you, I have 3 people because no one is fucking consistent and no one is reliable. So I have 3 people that I have to hit up. And I'll be like, hey, are you around today? Depending on the answer, I'll either go to the next one or we'll schedule something. Sometimes I'll schedule 2 and then have to cancel the other one just in case because y'all really be playing with me. And I don't understand why. Like, I get it. Back in the days, you know, the customer would go to the plug. I get it. But it's changed now, okay? You got to come to me. I am paying for you're charging me a delivery fee. So it's not like you're not making money off of coming over here. It's COVID. It's fucking cold outside. And I just feel like you have to treat your customers better. And that's it.
I don't have are you dead ass? No. Okay. Are you dead ass? Are you a sneaker connoisseur?
I wouldn't say I'm a sneaker connoisseur. Do I know of sneakers? Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Fake Jordan 1s. Are y'all dead ass with these Jordan 1s with the Thunderbolts and the hearts for swooshes? That's like buying Shaq feet. Stop selling me Shaq feet. Or stop trying to sell me Shaq feet.
They kind of look like the Bapes, no? Because didn't the Bape
did it with like Air Force Ones? Yes.
Yeah.
So
and the ones already kind of look like Air Force Ones. So it's like,
don't do
I get it.
I don't know how Bape got away with it, but to each his own. Guys, are y'all dead ass wearing these Air Force One? I mean, not Air Force One, Jordan 1 mids. Jordan 1 mids are for kids. Should not be wearing Jordan 1 mids or Air Force One mids. No mids.
No mids.
No mids. No Air Force One mids where the strap don't hang in the back. It only hang on the side. No Air Force One mids. No Jordan 1 mids. It's against their religion. Don't do it.
I mean, if it ain't OG ones, then I don't want it. Like, to be 100%.
But,
really? You only like OG 1 colorways?
Yeah, for the most part. I get like they could be fire or whatever, but I like the OG ones.
Okay.
That's just me. I like the simplicity of it. Like I said, I'm not a sneaker connoisseur. I'm not buying hundreds of sneakers. So I'm going to buy the ones that I really like.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time buying sneakers that I don't even like anymore. And I've given a bunch of stuff away. So it's whatever.
All right. So this was a great conversation. Swaz, tell my listeners where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at just_Swaz or The Spit Podcast on Instagram.
Great. Everything will be linked down below. Thank you so much for coming on and being a guest on my show. I will be a guest on yours once we set all of that up for sure.
Question. I
have
a question. Can you explain the title of your show? How'd you come up with that? Where'd that come from?
Do I look fat?
Yeah. But see, when you write it, you put the periods between the F, the A, and the T. So that makes me think that they stand for something other than fat.
So it does. So I used to put the periods. It used to be an acronym. I took them off because of searchable, like SEO and all of that on Google or whatever. It's just easier if you take it off. But the fat and FAT is for fine and thick.
Oh, okay.
So it's a play on it. Do I look fat? You know, it's about body positivity, self-acceptance, but also I wanted to talk it's funny that you brought that up because I actually wanted to talk on insecurities today because the way my podcast is leaning towards it's talking about like that, like the insecurities people have. So do I look fat is a question I ask myself every fucking day growing up, like looking in the mirror, like, do I look fat? And that fed on my insecurities. So that's where that comes from. And I appreciate you asking.
Boom.
Well, if you want to hear more of this podcast, we release an episode every Fine and Thick Friday. Everywhere that you can hear your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart, all of that jazz. You can find me everywhere. You can also find me on Instagram, _StephyKiss, StephyKiss, and the Do I Look Fat pod. Exactly how it sounds. Everything will be linked down below. My information, Swaz's information. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Do I Look Fat podcast, guys. Bye.